Habari yako, welcome again to this lovely channel. My name is Kunguru87. Today we are diving deep, sorry I beg your pardon, we are diving too deep into a topic that a lot of people tend to bypass it many a times, and it's what do African men really want in an ideal woman? What an ideal African person will want in an ideal woman. So if you find yourself in a situationship, you find yourself in and out of a lot of relationship, I beg your pardon once again, and you keep on wondering, am I the one on the wrong, or is it the person that I'm dating who's on the wrong, or what am I doing wrong that is not fitting actually into my puzzle? The millennials call it situationship. I don't know what the Gen Zs are calling it but we find ourselves in and out in a lot of relationships. So without taking much of your time, kindly make sure you watch this video to the end of it. And kindly, a disclaimer, these are just my thoughts. It is not the final nail to the coffin. These are just my thoughts. So don't come guns blazing. However much, if you find any of these particular points, you're relating with them, kindly just share it in the comment section down there, and I'll be glad. We are glad to actually respond to it. So, without wasting your time, the number one thing that a lot of African men want they want it from an ideal woman is someone who's respectful and submissive. Many times you find a lot of women are not respectful, or they're not submission. Doesn't mean because you're submissive, sorry, then you're being taken for granted. You know, we come from an African country where the man is supposed to be leading. You are not in a competition or some sort of who's the leader. It is just an African setting. Some people say it's like a chauvinism or a machoism where, yeah, I'm earning more than him. Why should I be the one who's submitting? No, African men just want someone who's submissive. Like, your man is leading and you're following. You need a companion. You need someone who's more listening to you. You're also listening to them. So if you find yourself a lot of times that you are in a bit of a conundrum or a bit of exchange with your man, tend most of the time just to lay low, let him win for that particular time. Then later on, you might come back and solve this particular issue. Number two is that men need someone who's a family valued person. You know, most of the people outside there, most of the women outside there, they're not family oriented. They tend to say, I'm not a family person. I've had a lot of women just say, point blank, I don't like kids. I won't come guns blazing towards you, but there must be a reason. It's good if you tell your man during the early stages, by the way, I'm not a kind of a family person. I'm not the one to build a family with. We are just dating, we can get married, but not at this particular moment. You see, from the day one, once you just outline and underline these particular issues, then in future there will be no like altercation. Just say I'm not a family person. Also, family person means that this particular individual, they're not of those to welcome the extended family members. Again, people have said time and again that the extended family members end up ruining this particular relationship. So African men, the way we are brought up in a family setting where the extended family members, one way or another, they can come and live with you, or one way or another your wife will be required to go back at home during the holidays, Xmas holidays, Easter holidays, this kind of thing, where they'll be required maybe sometimes to go home and cook. Maybe this particular woman is not a family person. She's not more of to go back to the village. It goes across the board. Either we are Africans, Christians, we are Muslims, we are Hindus, all those. You know, a family setup is one of the things that African men usually have to go by. Most of the time we get drained into African family setups, and like the people from the West, for them the extended family is not part of them. Like, they're living their life. So number two, men like women who are more of a family or a motherhood person, family value. Number three, without taking much of time, supportive and not competitive. You know, I don't want you to be in front of me. I don't want you to be behind me. I want you to be beside me. You're supporting me. If I'm going to the gym, if there's this project, if there's a business you're planning to open, you're not like competing. Many a times we find ourselves, mostly men and women, it's like we're in competition. Who's bringing the more money back home? Who's doing the more part? No, that has to go actually. It cannot work in an African setup. And I still stand corrected. I'm putting a disclaimer. These are just my thoughts. So someone who's supportive, someone who's not in a competition with the husband, you'll find your way working well. But if you're in such of like a competition, like, oh, today you procure this, today, tomorrow you're the one who's going to pay for this, it doesn't work with men. Men feel like you're like undercutting them. You're like competing with them. Yeah, who's done what to their parents, who's done what to their mothers, who's done what to the kids, who's done what to the family gathering, who's appeared to be more financially stable, more vocal, more helping to the others. No, usually it has been said that a woman, where a man has made it in life, there must be a woman who is standing beside them, not behind them, not in front of them. You've heard that joke where they say, behind every successful man there's a woman. The woman is more useful in front or beside, but not behind. Don't get me wrong, and don't get it twisted. Number 4, natural beauty and self-care. This one is very debatable. A lot of people will say that you don't want me to put makeup and hair. Many times we heard people saying that the women, when they come to sleep, they've put on those funny shirts and t-shirts written funny names. They've put on the funny things they tie on their head because of the way they've done their hair. Yet when they're going out there to attend to the daily cause, maybe they're corporate people, they're advocates, they're working their own business, they dress up well. A lot of people ask this question: who do you dress up well for? And I surely say it depends. It's on a case-to-case basis. It depends. But many a times, don't overdo it. I've not seen in any African leaders, their wives or their spouses, who's too much on a lot of makeup, a lot of hairstyle. Many a times you can just put on you can just name but a few, because I've seen the current president, the current first lady of Kenya, the current first lady of Uganda, the current president of Tanzania, the current first lady of Rwanda, all the Eastern and Central Africa. I've seen the first ladies. Not that it's a bad thing to do your hair, but don't overdo it, because many a times I've seen those who overdo it, a lot of makeup. It's still debatable. They don't usually make good women, but again, I stand corrected. So most African women just like simplicity is the best. A bit of hair, makeup, a bit of hair, and that's it. But you'll find some people with very long nails, makeup and whatnot. Again, it's debatable. It depends. It's on a case-to-case basis. So a lot of men statistically, I beg your pardon, they don't like women who put a lot of makeup, a lot of hair, a lot of too much clothing and whatnot. Let's maintain the Africanism or the African culture. Another point is low maintenance lifestyle. This one, actually, we've had a debate with a couple of my friends, and you won't believe it. Low maintenance. You see, don't always benchmark with your friends. Again, you come back to your man. Oh, they were taken to Dubai. They were bought for these particular items. They were taken. They bought this particular house. They're living in this particular area or estate. They bought this particular car. Many a times, and I still stand corrected, but still, these are fact. Many a time, those women who benchmark with such things, they don't end up anywhere. Most of those marriages or most of those relationships do not even work. You've heard of those people who do big marriages on social media, flashy things. Many a times, they don't last. I don't know how that happens. I don't know if it's nature. I don't know what. But you can put it on in the comment section down there. If for the entire period you've been above ground, those weddings that were so pomp and shine and very big and enormous, is there any one of them that is still active today, 2 years, 3 years down the line? Many times, those people who go to private weddings, you even hear they just went for the for the traditional wedding back at home. You only hear of stories, a few pictures here and there, or some of them you'll totally not hear of them. You'll just be like, oh, so these people are married. You're like, yeah, these people have been married for this entire time. They've got kids who are in grade 6, 7, 8, etc. Many times, those marriages actually work for quite a long time or for eternity. Unlike those that it's being advertised, these people are going for traditional wedding, there's pop and shine, they come with helicopters, they come with what and do whatnot. But again, I said these are all my views. These are not actually anyone's views, so I still stand correct. So just be a low maintenance woman, and every man will just be for you. Last but not least, again, we go to the sexual loyalty and passion. Every man likes a one woman. I still stand correct, because there's some traditions that a man is allowed to marry more than 3 to 4 women. But any African man, a basic man, will just love a woman who's loyal to one bedroom. Sidekicks, these etc. things people usually do nowadays does not work for them. It lowers the self-esteem. Plus, nowadays there are a lot of diseases outside there. A lot of people are fighting over the women. They find the women having a couple of affairs, same as to men. But it is much more worse. Someone once said it is much more worse. Okay, someone put it like this, that if you take water with a glass or a cup and drink it and give it to another person, and they drink from it. The third person will definitely drink from it, not unless otherwise. Unlike a man, if you just take a stick and write with it, a multiple person, you can hear someone, on rare occasions, will you hear someone saying, help me with the cup and drink water with. They'll request for a new cup. Vis-a-vis, someone will take your pen and write it and even go with it, and someone else will use it, etc. It's not about pen, it's not about cups. I leave it to you guys to actually know it. Another point is drama and emotional stability. Drama queens outside there. Oh my goodness. Don't be a drama lady. Don't be a drama queen. Not every action requires a reaction, and not every reaction requires an action. Don't be too much dramatic. I know it's your nature, though I still stand corrected. Every man outside there, not even an African, every man loves a woman who's not a drama queen. Remember, every man loves where they come and find peace. There are women outside here who are drama queens, and I stand corrected, but you can all attest to it. That's what I mean. At times you ask yourself, how come a man will drive all the way from the workplace and only come and spend 2 hours at the parking lot of their home area? Or they go, have you noticed that even weekdays nowadays, a lot of joints, the local ones, the silent ones, you find a lot of men just seated there having their cup of whiskey, their cup of beer, their tea, their lemonade, etc., etc. Have you ever wondered why? FYI, just for your information, just go and do your own research and check. So don't be a drama queen. Some of you will say because maybe the kids are doing homework, or because maybe the wife hasn't arrived home yet. There are a lot of excuses, but I call those excuses, but there must be a reason. So ladies, kindly don't be a drama person. Another point is that we love someone who's cultural and traditionally aligned. Cultures are there. Let's not go away from our cultures. Our traditions are there. Believe you me, this one even don't sound corrected, I stick by it. If you're not a woman of culture, or you preserve the culture or tradition, then I doubt if you'll get away with this. You can't get away with this. We are Africans, we are Kenyans, we are Ugandans, Rwandan, and this is our business. We have our own traditional ways, like maybe during the Easter period we go back home, or maybe once in a while you need to go back home. Even people still maintain that culture where when they've already given birth to their son or their daughter, they go back at the man's place, or the mom comes, or they send the sister to do one or two things. Traditions are there to guide us. There's no book that has been written, this is the end, where you stop doing the traditional acts. The traditional methods are still there, where the man has to go back with the kid and the wife and introduce the wife to the community. This is my wife, etc., etc. You cannot go away from that. You cannot run away from that. Kindly, ladies, there's no shortcut about it. Unfortunately, if you find yourself always at loggerheads with your husband or your boyfriend because of these traditional methods, then I don't know what you're doing. At the end of the day, you need to sit down with your spouses and discuss how you're going to go about this traditional and how we're going to work out these traditional methods and the traditions, styles of living and whatnot. Again, I do say, once you guys come to us a point where you can resonate, you can work them out. Not that you can follow all of them, but one or two of them you can say, okay, this one you can work out, this one you cannot work out. Another thing is balance and independence. I know most of you are financially well off, you're very well educated, you're very well networking. I've seen a lot of men out there, their wives are working in government offices, high government ranking offices. They're working in the in the non-governmental organizations. They are bringing in billions, but you won't notice. You won't even notice. So the question is balance of independence. Yes, we know this is what you're doing, but just balance it with your spouses. Men don't usually lie. So yes, you're educated, you've got this networks, you've got the best of the best paying jobs, the best of the best paying business, you've traveled across the whole of the world, but remember, the man will always lead. It's an African thing. It's not being macho. So you've heard of those cases where women do everything. Like I've even tested that a man lost his job and it's the woman who's taking care of all the business, and you will not even notice. In fact, I even have it in my own family. You won't even notice. You won't even believe it that it is the lady who's providing everything, and you won't even pick it. I usually say, "Wow, that's quite funny." I know they have their own wrangles, but they never show it. That's the go on, uncle, go on, auntie, go on. That's the best you guys can do. I love it so much. So again, it's proper, and it is very, very vital that we stop this thing where, no, I cannot take care of a man, I cannot do what. But I've heard of men who've paid school fees for a lot of women outside there, only for these women ending up to leave them or run away. Again, it's on a case-to-case basis. So women and ladies outside there, a man loves someone who will just come and just respect this person. It won't cost you a dime. Last but not least, there's this thing we call health and fitness support. I tend to look at a lot of men outside there, and this I stand corrected. You go to a lot of gyms nowadays, upcoming ones, and you find a lot of men. So you ask, these people are married. Where are their wives? Have you ever noticed that? I have another business friend of mine, and I usually ask him, I've seen you each and every time when you meet with him here, either during the midweek, and his car, you usually find that you ask him, what are these clothes for? He said he's coming from the gym, but I ask, what about your wife? And he's like, I left her sleeping. Sometimes we just see men walking around, and I wonder, when you're the one who wants to be fit and the wife doesn't want to be fit, or you only see the woman being fit and the man, I don't know. You can put it on the comment section. Women, kindly join your men into these fitness programs and gyms and activities you guys do. There's a power couple I like, and I know one of you will be watching this video will actually relate with it. Oh, these couples, they'll post the way they've gone for these runs, they've gone for swimming competition, they involve their kids. Wow, I even love it. Even for my spouse, I will love it that we go to these particular events together. Do some walks if it's in the evening on Sundays or even the weekdays. Catch up. You've come from work, you've left your things there, maybe the kids are being attended to the nanny. Take some time, walk within the estate, walk within the neighborhood, just catch up, exchange one or two ideas. Doesn't have to be work related, just catch up. So, point of reference, ladies outside there, this is what I will tell. Stop listening to a lot of rumors outside there. Stop chasing the wind. Stop benchmarking with things you cannot work with. Just have this man who's ideal and who's comfortable with you. It's very vital that we all want to have a family. So what I'll say that just if any of these 10 points actually relate with you, just put it on the comment section. What I'm asking even men, vis-a-vis your video is also coming. You'll watch this video that is coming up next, so it is also coming. So also there are things women want from men, so this time around it is what men want from women. So women also there, let's practice these things among us very many other things. It is not wrong to get that job. It's not wrong to being paid the highest value. It is not wrong for you paying everything inside the house. It is not wrong for just follow this traditional method and whatnot. It is not wrong. Everything that you're doing is correct, but just tone it down. It's not wrong to put makeup. It's not wrong to wear your big fancy clothes and jewelry, but just tone it down. We are Africans, and African is our business. So remember, these are just my own ideas. Do not come throwing stones. So if any of these points actually resonates with you, I'll be more than glad to see you put your comment down there and share this particular video. And for those who've not subscribed, kindly subscribe to this particular channel. My name is Kunguru87, and we are glad to get back to you. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you very much.